Is it visible, my dear net aspirants? Is it audible?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Is it showing recording? Skype recording?
No, ma'am.
Okay, it's showing for me. I just assured. Mm, okay. Okay, we'll continue. We have seen two disequilibrium. Uh, Cyclic, which means trade cycle disequilibrium. Based on that, secular is a long term. As I said, based on the time duration, the variety of the difference will be more. Based on that, there will be disequilibrium. There will be difference in the balance of payment. Third one is structural disequilibrium. Structural disequilibrium is a structural change take place in some sector of an economy. They affect import and export trade of a company based on the structural change. For example, now national education policy have been came, new economic policies like that GATT. Recently, because of COVID-19, there is lot of structural change in our society. So because of that, if disequilibrium is happening, that will come under structural disequilibrium. Next. Next is temporary disequilibrium. Temporary is the opposite of a secular disequilibrium. Temporary means short-term factors for the temporary, for a particular of time, seasonally, there will be some disequilibrium mandatory at point. Finally, fundamental disequilibrium is a chronological disequilibrium. That's what I gave an example of COVID-19 issue. Fundamentally, whole world is are facing this problem. So fundamental change in the society or balance of payment or trade, it will come under fundamental disequilibrium. When a country suffers a chronological disequilibrium in its PUP, then according to IMF, it will be fundamental disequilibrium. It will be taken care. Next come the next topic, IMF. IMF, World Bank, IBRD. We are going to see about this. The international institution in international business. Okay, at the time of World War 1930s, okay, at the time of World War II, it was happening. At the time, many countries have been facing problem financially, health, everything. So that was to be taken care. So United Nation organization, it was started in October 24th. They have initiated many steps for the world unity and no war. So for settling down all the issues which was happened because of World War II, they have conducted a conference by 44 member countries in two teams. One is John Mackenzie, he was a Britisher, and other one is Henry Dex White, he was an American. Under these two leads, there was 44 member countries from July 1st to July 22nd. In Britain, they have been discussing in a hotel year after World War should not happen. And the countries who is facing problem should be reconstructed, and every country developed should be a developed country, and it should be a better one. So they have conducted a conference in Britain. That conference name is United Nations Monetary and Financial Conference. It is commonly known as Bretton Woods Conference. It was held in Bretton Woods, this place, Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, USA on 1st July 1944. Its main purpose is to regulate the international monetary and financial order after the conclusion of World War II. So, because of World War II, IMF and IBRD have been given birth. I'll tell. IBRD is International Bank of Reconstructional Development, which is also known as World Bank. These two is a twin agency of Bretton Woods. Okay, next. Let's see what is IMF. IMF is International Monetary Fund. International Monetary Fund, as I said earlier, its key motive is to regulate the international monetary. It has 189 members country under this IMF. The key objectives are to promote international monetary cooperation, to facilitate the expansion and balanced growth of international trade, to promote exchange rate stability, to help members in the times of balance of payment crisis. And the functions of IMF is, for example, if we want to build a house, we will be getting housing loan, not a vehicle loan. Similarly, IMF will be providing specialized loan to its member country. Next one is by short-term loans and specialized loan. Next one is the fund. The funds also render technical advisors to its member country to face the BOP disequilibrium. Next one is it provides technical expert to the member countries having BOP problem, and it plays a vital role in fighting against the money laundering. And how many countries are under IMF? 189. 189 member countries are under IMF. Let's see the IMF quota. Okay. Just like that, a country can't be a member of IMF. There are a lot of procedure and protocols to join IMF, and upon joining, each member of IMF is assigned a quota, and the amount of country has to pay to an IMF. There is a fee has to pay, and the subscription amount can be 75% of their own currency, and other 25% can be the foreign currency. Let's see the formula for the quota. If they are going to be a member of IMF, they have to give a quota like 50% of the country's GDP, 30% of openness, 15% of the variability, and 5% of reserves. All together, a comparison factor will be calculated. Next, resource contributors, they will be assigned voting power based on the SDR. I'll tell about SDR in the following slide. Next is access to financing and SDR allocation. SDR is a very important topic. We'll see now. SDR is a special drawing rights. Special drawing rights means, okay, it will look like this. It's a form of a kind of a certificate or a bond. It's a special drawing rights. By IMF, what they will be providing means they will be providing finance to the country, those who are affected in World War II, right? So just like that, they won't give money. They have to follow certain rules, and in form of special drawing rights, they will be giving money, and that money will be under these 5 categories only: US dollar, euro, Chinese yuan, Japanese yuan, and pound sterling. This is SDR basket. So IMF leads to its own artificial currency, and it is called SDR. SDR can be exchanged for the national currency. SDR are not traded in a forex market. SDR is specialized for IMF. SDR is neither a currency nor a claim. It is a potential claim on a freely usable currency to its member. Holding of SDR can obtain this currency in exchange for their SDR. Fund borrowing means while quota subscription of a member countries are its main source of financing, the fund can be supplement its resources through borrowing of its believer that resources might fall short of member needs. Let's have a small quiz spot. Kindly answer this in the chat box. Which of the following currencies has the least weightage in the determination of the value of SDR? I said now 5 currency is there. Priority US. I'll show that. This is the thing. Try to answer. Kindly share your answers in the chat box. I'll be seeing it. Snega ma'am, I've given the answer. Subha ma'am. Good. What about others? Nice, nice. Anandi ma'am, thanks for the response. Handal ma'am, that's good. Thanks. Good answers. Yes, British pound is the answer. Next, try to answer this one. Which of you please read an answer? I'll clarify it. Good. What about others? Think and answer. Think and answer. Please double think. I want right answers. I want answers. If you think you'll be getting the right answer. It is one of the net exam question. Yes. The answer is B. The answer is B. 1, 2, 3. All the threes are correct. I said now IMF is a United Nations specialized agency. It is under the UN organization agency. Next one is it is found in Bretton Woods Conference. And third one is Chinese Rumani is also included in SRDR. Statutory drawing rights. Know the answer. There will be slight miss. You have to correct it. Next, we'll come to World Bank. The World Bank, this is the office of the World Bank Group. Their key motto is our dream is a world free of poverty. If we remove poverty, our world will be more better. So that is their key responsibilities and the motive. IBRD is also the agency of United Nations under Bretton Woods Conference. In Bretton Woods Conference only two things have been developed. One is IMF and another one is IBRD. IBRD, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, or our famous World Bank. It is also known as IBRD, and it is a sister union of IMF, as I said. It was established in 1945 with IMF on the basis of recommendation of the Bretton Woods Conference. Thus, IBRD and IMF are called as Bretton Woods twins. They are called as twins. And IBRD has a headquarters in Washington, D.C. This IBRD and IMF both headquarters located in Washington, D.C. It's a very important question. So it is a opposite building. And it is a member of World Bank Group. And it has two affiliates. One is International Development Association, and International Finance Corporation. Under this IBRD, there are two sub-affiliates. One is IDA and another one is IFC. And other international financial institutions are IDB, Asian Development Bank, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD. Next, we'll come for the objectives of World Bank. To provide long-term capital to its member countries for economic reconstruction and development. IMF will be providing finance. World Bank will be helping the country to reconstruct, develop. That's what the World Bank is going to do. That is the main objective. Secondly, it includes long-term capital investment for assuring BOP equilibrium and balanced development of international trade. To promote capital investment in member countries by following ways. The ways are to provide guarantee on private loans or capital investment. If capital is not available, even after providing guarantee, the IBRD provide loans for the productive activities on consideration conditions to ensure the implementation of the development projects so as to bring about the smooth transference from a wartime to peacetime. This is what about the World Bank. Especially they'll be providing for our India also. We are getting funds from World Bank. Under World Bank schemes only, we have many Pradhan Mantri schemes have been established in India. And we'll see about IDA. As I said, it is under World Bank Group. This is a very important thing. IDA means what? International Development Association. It has 173 members. It has been established in 1960. Its key motive is to provide long-term loan, interest-free for the poorest of the poorest country. It is specially for the poorest country. It has a repayment excuse me, it has a repayment term for 25 to 40 years. They will be giving money. The country will be getting the money from IDA, and they will be processing for the development. After 25 years, they can be returning the money to the IDA. Next one is IFC, International Financial Corporation. It has 184 members and it has been established in 1956. And the key motto of IFC is to promote private sector investment in the member countries. Private sectors, large multilateral source of loans and equity finance investment for the private sector project in a developing world. They are providing. They will be concentrating more on private sector projects, renewable energy, like that. Next one is MIGA. It has 181 members and it has been established in 1988. The Multilateral Investment Guarantee Agency promote FDI into developing countries by ensuring investors against non-commercial and political risk and advising governments on attracting investments. So our government will also should attract investors, FDI. So this MIGA is a organization who will be controlling and who will be helping especially for the FDI investments in the countries, so that both the countries will be developed. Finally, the fourth one is ICSID. It has 163 members and it has been established in 1966. It is facilitating for the conciliation and arbitration of the investments disputes between the member countries and individual investors. This is especially it's a dispute body. If there is a dispute between two countries, they will be the body who will settle down the disputes. And 3 reports have been are published by the World Bank. And those are ease of doing business. Ease of doing business means if a country, if a business is coming, if a corporate is coming from one country to another country, whether the country is able to do the business, comfortable zone, everything. That is ease of doing business. The country should be submitting to the World Bank. Next one is World Development Report is also published by World Bank. Global Economic Prospect is also published by World Bank. This was a question in NET exam one time. World Development Report was published by. Next one is GATT, General Agreement on Tariff and Trade. In 1944, 23 countries including India signed GATT. GATT is it's agreement for the trade and tariff. Tariff means taxes. It was agreement in Geneva. It was created to regulate this liberalization world trade by reducing the tariff barriers. GATT was replaced by WTO in 1995. World Trade Organization have been taken over GATT. In 1948, GATT came into force to liberalize and expand trade to bring about long round economic prosperity. It was done in the Uruguay round. Uruguay round is a very important thing. It was the 8th round of GATT, spanning from 1986 to 1994 and embracing 123 countries as contracting parties. GATT is a processor of WTO and it has been transformed into WTO in 1995. This is the global trade negotiation of GATT. There was 8 rounds have been done under GATT. First one was 1947 in Geneva, Switzerland. The first GATT negotiation conference have been done. Second one is Annecy, France. Third one is England. Fourth one in Switzerland. Fifth one in Geneva. And sixth one is also Geneva. And seventh one Japan. And eighth one Uruguay round. As I said, GATT was being taken over by World Trade Organization. In this, we have to know about Marrakesh Agreement. Marrakesh Agreement is established the World Trade Organization on 15th April 1994, signed by the participant in the Uruguay round. As I said, na 8th round was a Uruguay round. At that time, there was a agreement was established. That agreement is Marrakesh Agreement. Because of that only WTO have been came. So during Uruguay round 1986 to 1993, during the ministerial conference in the Marrakesh, all the WTO agreements and including the GATT, TRIPS, DSUN are internal part of the Marrakesh agreement. Because of the Marrakesh agreement, it has been developed, all these things. And most important, WTO was established by 123 member countries and that were contracting parties with GATT on 15th April 1994 at Marrakesh, and it came into effect on 1st January 1995. This is the place of WTO organization. Let's see the objectives of WHO. Sorry, it is World Trade Organization. There was a typo error. To make sure the tariff reduction, other trade barriers. So the World Trade Organization will concentrate on the trade reduction. As I said earlier, Adam Smith, he only initiated remove all the tariff barriers, tax reductions, so that two countries can easily make business. So WTO also has the same objective. Tariff reduction, tariff barriers has to be removed and remove inequalities in international trade relationship. One country will be favorable to the other country. That inequality, partialities should be removed. Third one is to facilitate higher standard of living and to make a positive effect which ensures developing countries, especially LDC, secures a level of shares in the growth of international trade that reflects the need for the economic development. Fifth one, to facilitate the optimum use of the world resource for the sustainable development. See, the sustainable development, paper 1 as a sustainable development, right? So here comes also the same thing. There is a link between the sustainable development goals and the WTO. to promote the internal and more viable and durable trading system, incorporating all the resolution of the Uruguay round trade negotiation. In Uruguay round trade negotiation, there will be n number of discussion. It has to be accomplished, and that was objectives of WTO. And this was also WTO dispute settlement mechanism. Again, a typo error, please ignore. It was introduced into the multilateral trading system in the Uruguay round 1994, a formal framework for setting disputes between WTO members. There will be, obviously, if a business is happening, obviously there will be disputes. So to solve down that dispute, there is a special mechanism called dispute settlement mechanism. It is a body under WTO. It has a separate guidance for TRIPS, interpretation, priorities, amicable settlement through consultants, and there is a stages of the procedure. First is 60 days, there will be consultation, mediation, there will be one third party member will be doing consultation between one country and another country who has disputes, and other 45 next 45 days there will be a panel setup of three maximum possibility of five members from the each body. And next other 6 months the final panel report to the parties has to be published, and the next 3 week final panel report to the WTO members, and other next 60 days dispute settlement body adopts report if no appeal. If everything is clear, it has to be closed down. Total in within 1 year, everything, all the disputes has to be clear. It has a separate protocols for that to solving it. If even after that 1 year it is not going to solve, again they will be providing other 30 days for the appealing report, and the next 30 days at any case the problem should be closed down. Next one, the 3 pillars of WTO. 1 minute. Okay, let's see the 3 pillars of WTO. One is most favored nation, national treatment. Next is market access. Most favored nation is, as he said, everyone will be having a favored, some favoritism will be there. So it is also under WTO. Most favored nation is one of the essential ingredients of all the WTO agreement. It means equal treatment has to be given to all the member nation by the other member nation in market access. They will be concentrating on no partialities. All member countries should be treated as equal. That was the tagline of them on access of any goods or service. For example, if UK is allowing market access to any particular field of service to USA, it has to give similar market access to India or to any other member country. In other words, there cannot be any kind of discrimination among its members. Next one is national treatment. It is a broadly mean that the member countries should give equal treatment to domestic goods and service, if to those given to foreign goods and service. As important, we have to support our internal domestic marketers also. Not only supporting the foreign investor, also by uplifting our own country members. Similarly, there cannot be different treatment to the legal entities whether they are of domestic origin or of foreign origin with a certain limit expansion. So this is especially giving importance to our giving equal treatment to the domestic goods and service vendors. Next one is market access. Market access means that each member countries has to grant free access to market on the principle of most favored nation for the supply of goods without any kind of non-tariff barriers and subject to commitments of reduction of tariff on imports with an ultimate target of zero duty regime, which means there should be market access. If anything which we want to get, we are getting right now through online. I can order something and within 7 days I will be getting that dispatch. Similarly, between countries there should be free market access. that without too much of tariff. That is one of WTO. Next come a new topic, corporate social responsibility, CSR. It will be coming under business ethics, but it as in international business, because CSR plays a vital role in the business ethics. Ethics is the rules and portfolio. When it is doing in a right sense, obviously our business will be growing. So obviously our global development will be happening. So it is the application of ethics to the business, and it is to study the good and the evil, right or wrong, or just an unjust action of the businessman. It is an extension of the value of a personal life to the business. It is the responsibility of a decision maker to take action which helps the society and serve own interest. And there are two basic appropriation of concept approaches to the concept. One is micro level analysis and another one is macro level analysis. Micro in sense, it is to show the individual companies how they can be more socially responsible. Macro level means assuming that the government, not individual companies to establish, should establish a country's social good. Needless to say, it is to a micro level of analysis which is significant. It is basically doing something to our society back. Not only our domestic people, those who are coming from outside also should be giving back something to the society which where they are earning. Next one is IPR, intellectual property rights. It is a refers to a legal ownership by a person or a business of an invention's discovery attached to a particular product or a process, which protects the owner against the unauthorized copying or limitation. There will be limitation to for a proper rights. This intellectual property rights has been established, and it is a right given to a person over the creation of the mind, new initiatives like that. They usually gives a creator an exclusive right over the use of his creation for a certain period of time. It is commonly an encompassment of patent, copyright, trademark, industrial designs, geographical indication, protection of layouts, design of integration circuits, and protection of undisclosed information, trade secrets. This was one of the question in NET exam by giving multi-choice question. So these are the important intellectual property rights components. As we said in the past, think patent, trademark, industrial design, plant varieties, copyrights, geographical indicators, layout designs of integrated circuit, electronical things, confidential information. Next one. One minute. Okay, let's see the regional economic integration. Okay, there will be trading blocks. To avoid the trading blocks, there are certain things to remove the tariff between two countries. First one is, as I said, free trade area. There will be free trade area where one country can do business with the other country. Next to the other boundary will be custom union. When it is being covered, it is common market. Next is economic union, and next one is political union. This is an integration of a political and an economic affair under, as I said, first I'll tell you this one. Free trade area is a removal of an intra-group tariff, and custom union is a common external tariff. Common market is a free movement of goods, service and capital, people also. Economic union is a common economic policies of the two countries. Political union is a integration of the political and economic affairs. This is the flow of trade blocks. Let's see about European Union. European Union community is was found on 1st January 1958 by virtue of the Treaty of Rome. EEC is known as European Common Market. EEC originally considered of 6 countries: Belgium, Germany, France, Italy, Netherlands, Luxembourg. This is a key terms for European Union. North American Free Trade Agreement. It is an agreement, free trade agreement. It's a triangle free trade agreement between North America, which consists of 3 bodies, which is Canada, USA, and Mexico. It was signed and it was signed in December 1992, and later Mexico joined in 1994 only. It is the most powerful and the largest free trade area in terms of GDP trading blocks in the world. Next comes the ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. It has been established in August 1967 at Bangkok. 5 original countries includes in ASEAN, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The countries are Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, Philippines. Next, the headquarters of it is Jakarta, but the secretary of it lives in the capital of each member countries. Next one is SAARC, South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. It was established on 8th December 1985 by 7 Asian countries, namely Maldives, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, India, Nepal. Afghanistan have been joined SAARC in 2007 and it presently has 8 member countries. It has a characterized by low per capita income, high population growth and density, and heavy dependence on private sector. That's why South Asia Association have been created a agreement for the trading blocks. Next comes the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973. Under this act, the RBI is the only authority to regulate the forex transaction. The objectives of FERA 1973 are business activities of foreign companies, the flow of foreign capital, technology, managerial enterprises, and foreign collaboration. Next one is FEMA 1999 was replaced by FERA. Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973. FEMA has been introduced as a replica of FERA. The provision under FEMA are dealing in foreign exchange, holding of foreign exchanges, current account transaction, capital account transaction, export of goods and services, realization and repatriation of foreign exchanges, exemptions from realization and repatriation. Let's start the quiz part. Kindly answer this question in the chat box. Headquarter of WTO. Think and answer. Good. What about others? Jnana ma'am, good. Snega ma'am, Anandi ma'am, Andal ma'am, Satya ma'am have responded. Good. All are going to clear net with JRF because it is also one of the question asked in net exam. What about others? Try to solve the question net transparency. It's a very easy but very important question. Okay, I have other question too. Similar, same options. The question is, where is the headquarter of the World Bank? World Bank. Option A, B, C, D. World Bank. Which is the headquarter of World Bank? Same options, but question is different. World Bank headquarter.
B, ma'am.
B. Very good, very good. WTO is C. Yes. Thanks for the replies. Good. Satya ma'am, nice. Hemalata ma'am, good. Anindi ma'am, replied nice. Okay. The headquarter of WTO is Washington, Geneva. And World Bank's headquarter is Washington, D.C. Solve this one, guys. Which of the following institution is not a part of World Bank community?
WTO, ma'am.
Kindly answer in the chat box, please. Kindly share your answers in the chat box by giving the options. Think and answer. Good. Andal ma'am, Revati ma'am, Imlata ma'am, Snega ma'am have answered. They have tried it good. The answer is B, which is not the part of World Bank community. There will be question asking this not. So we have to concentrate on the not part. So IBRD is a part of World Bank because it is also otherwise called as World Bank, and IDA and IFC is also under World Bank. WTO is not under World Bank. What is IDA, guys? IDA means what? Expansion. Try to answer in the chat box. IDA. IFC under World Bank Group. What is IFC under World Bank Group? Good, good. That's correct. International Financial Cooperation, right. Okay, I'll ask one other question. How many members are there in WTO? How many members are there in WTO? At present, I'm asking, at present. I'll give the option 189, 164, 146. Yes, 164. Okay, hello. That's the right answer. At present, initially there was 189 at the starting stage of WTO when it was established, but later on, now it is presently 164. Okay, it's around 4 o'clock. We'll have 5 minutes break, and after the break, we'll continue the class. 4, 5, the class will be starting. Thank you.